My name is Hiyori, and I'm a regular office worker. I have a house in the city, and I live there with my elderly parents and Itsuki, a total of 4 of us. My father works in the training business and is currently overseas alone on a long-term project. My mother goes out a lot and isn't home very often. As for Itsuki, well, that situation is a little complicated, so I'll admit the details for now. But that's the situation at my house right now, and I have to spend a lot of time with him despite our relationship being a mess. This is a story about an incident that blew up from one little misunderstanding. I had a friend named Miki. We went to college together, and she'd always been pretty confident in her own looks. Her favourite thing to say was, "Someday I'm going to be a baller," and she was obsessed with money. We were never that close, but we shared a lot of the same friend groups, and I ended up spending most of my college life with her. After we graduated, we both got jobs and were in contact less frequently, going down our separate paths as adults. That was until last month, when Miki moved into my neighbourhood. I offered to help her move since she was new to the neighbourhood, and we had known each other for such a long time I didn't think much of it. 2 weeks later, when I was lounging about at home, I got a message from Miki.
Hiyori, thanks for your help the other day. It saved me.
Hey Miki, you're welcome. It was nothing. I was happy to see you.
I was so surprised when we went to your house after that tea break. I didn't know you lived in such a luxurious mansion. That's your home, right?
Yeah, it is.
I know I said it then too, but it really is an amazing mansion. It's like a palace.
Thanks, although it's not like I built it myself.
Oh, come on now. There's no need to be humble.
Oh, by the way, we were so busy that we didn't get to talk, but I meant to ask, what are you up to these days?
Me? Husband hunting. As for work, I'm doing whatever. But in order to get my treasure box, I'm actively husband hunting lately.
Husband hunting, huh?
I'm at the age where I want to settle down.
I see. I hope you find a good partner then. Good luck.
What about you, Hiyori? How are things going for you?
Me? Oh, normal. Everything's normal. My life isn't anything special. I'm living a pretty normal life.
What? Normal? It sure doesn't look like it.
Yep, I'm a normal office employer, working 9 to 5.
Ah, I see. You want to keep those things secret, right?
Huh? What are you talking about?
It's fine. If you don't want to talk about it, then it's all good. Alright, see ya.
And Miki ended the conversation like that. I could tell Miki was trying to get at something, but what that something was, I had no idea. 3 months later, I was once again lounging at home, when one night I got another message from Miki.
Hey Hiyori, how are ya?
Oh, hey Miki. Yeah, I'm fine.
Today I have some very beautiful news for you.
Huh? What is it?
I'm getting married.
Wow, really? Congratulations.
Thanks, but you see, are you sure you want to congratulate me like that?
Why not? My friend's getting married. That's a reason to celebrate.
Even if my fiancé is Itsuki?
What? I was so stunned that I couldn't hide my shock. Itsuki lives with me in this house, but I didn't see any signs that he was dating someone. Itsuki is getting married. Are you being serious? Like, are you actually serious about this?
I wouldn't be messaging you if I wasn't serious. Hiyori, shouldn't you be more panicked?
Oh, don't worry. I am.
I see. I guess you were never the type to show your emotions on the outside.
Hey, are you really sure you want Itsuki?
Of course. Why are you asking me like that? How funny.
Because...
Oh, come on. I know you already want to stop me, but Itsuki and I are already bound together. I even have his baby inside of me right now.
What? Really?
Do you understand now? There's no place for you in his story now.
I see. Well, if you're okay with that, then...
Yep, you finally understand. So, about that, I want to marry and live with Itsuki ASAP. So can you please hurry up and get your divorce?
Wait, divorce? Hang on, wait a second. What are you talking about?
Oh dear, the moment you heard the word divorce, you sent into a panic.
No, you see...
You're dripping with regret, I can tell.
Hey, Miki?
Alright, well, I don't want to see any sad and regretful messages anymore, so I'm gonna block you now.
Miki, wait! Before I could get another word in, Miki had already blocked me. Everything happened so quickly that my mind was full of question marks. After that, Miki got married to Itsuki. They didn't even meet one another's parents before the wedding, and had a last-minute ceremony that was so sudden my mother and I were both at a loss for words. 2 months after their wedding, I was getting ready for bed one night when I got an unexpected message. It was from Miki, who had supposedly blocked me.
Hey Hiyori, when the hell are you gonna leave that house already?
Miki, I thought you had blocked me.
I had no choice. It's your fault for taking so long to get out of the house. This is a protest.
What?
I'm Itsuki's wife now. Our baby's gonna be born soon, so I want to hurry up and live in my big palace. You're full of bad luck, and you're still just laying about in that house. Because of that, Itsuki is the one getting kicked out. He's in my apartment with me now because of you. I mean, if I'm being nice, then I guess I can understand why you don't want to leave that mansion, but it's rude, and you should have some respect, you know? So hurry up and get out!
You can't just say that so suddenly.
Get out, 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 get out.
Miki's get out messages bombarded my phone. I got chills right down my spine. I had no idea Miki hated that much. Or since when? Miki, why are you so against living with me?
Huh? Living with you? What are you even saying? The person who gets to live in that house is the owner and their significant other. Therefore, it's Suki and me. It's not a house that you belong in, or even are allowed to be in anymore. How are you so clueless at this age? It's embarrassing and ill-mannered. You need to get your life together.
I see. If you insist that much, then I guess I have no choice. Okay, I'll leave.
Exactly. Get out. That's what you should have done in the first place.
I need to find a new place and prepare everything for the move. So, couldn't you wait until the middle of next month?
What? I have to wait a whole month?
My work is in the busy season right now. I'm working a lot of overtime and going in on my days off too. Things should calm down in about 2 weeks, so I'll move out right after that.
I guess this is better than having to keep pushing you out. Okay, fine. 1 month max. Well, the sooner the better.
A few days later, I was finally able to get to my lunch break around 2 p.m, and I was taking a quick breather in the break room. I was alone in the break room, so I decided to give my mom a call. My dad would have been coming home from his transfer assignment soon, so she should have been home getting the house ready and organised.
Hello? Hello? Hiyori? Aren't you at work right now?
I was just about to get into my lunch break.
It's already 2 p.m. You shouldn't work too hard, you know?
Thanks, Mum. Hey, look, there's something I need to talk to you about.
Is Dad near you right now? Nope. He said he got a call from his client and went running out the door. Is there something you want to talk to him about?
Yeah, it's about Itsuki. You know how he married that friend of mine from college?
Yes. He's never even introduced her to us before the wedding, so I'm still pretty shocked about it.
About that? Well, apparently Miki wants to live in our house.
Is that so?
And in turn, she told me to get out.
What? What is she trying to do?
She said she was going to live there with Itsuki, so I needed to stop laying about and get out there ASAP.
Well, that's a terrible way to put it, isn't it?
That's true, but I couldn't care less about it. You know I don't exactly get along with Itsuki, and when it comes to his now wife Miki, I don't know how to talk to Dad about it, and I'm at a loss.
I see. I can understand why you feel that way, but even still, Mika is coming at you way too strongly. I'm worried. So, do you want me to warn her about it?
No, it's okay. I don't want you to have a bad relationship with your daughter-in-law because of me. Plus, I was only worried about leaving the house empty all the time. That's the only reason I hadn't left. But that's not going to be the case anymore.
Hiyori, what are you going to do now?
Actually, I have some news for you too. My boyfriend proposed to me.
Oh dear.
You've met him before too, right, Mum? The boyfriend I've been with since high school. And of course, I said yes.
Congratulations. Wow, both you and Itsuki getting married.
Thank you. So, I talked to him about the living situation, and he invited me to come and live with him. So, around the middle of next month, I'm thinking of moving in with him.
That's great. I'm so happy for you, and I'm also relieved too.
I'm going to tell Dad that's my reason for leaving before I move out, but I wanted to tell you about Miki first.
I see. Thanks for letting me know. I'll keep an eye on Miki. Don't worry. You go ahead and don't worry about this house. Enjoy your married life.
Mom, thank you. Mum's voice was calming and her words were kind. Despite being in the office still, I felt my eyes well up with tears. The next month, as I promised to Miki, I moved right out of the house. Miki was quick to take my place and moved right in. As I was organising my belongings at my boyfriend's apartment, suddenly the doorbell rang. When I checked the intercom screen, Miki was standing right there. I couldn't tell if she was in a rush or if she was angry, but she seemed like she was in a panic. The apartment was a mess with all of my belongings everywhere, so I couldn't invite her in. So I took her to a nearby cafe to sit down. Before we could even order a drink, Miki opened her mouth and raised her voice.
Hiyori, what the hell is this about? Explain yourself.
What's wrong? Aren't you still in the process of moving in?
Yeah, but why are Itsuki's parents in the house too? What are they doing there?
Huh? What do you mean why? My parents have been living in that house for decades now. Of course they're still there. Huh? That house was my mother's home and her mother's home. It's been in the family for generations. I was also born and raised there. It's been the house that I grew up in too.
Your family home?
My mother inherited the house from my grandparents and it's under her name.
What? I don't understand.
Miki was under a huge misunderstanding. It's not her fault that our family structure was confusing, but she also needed to understand the full situation. Look, our family structure is a little complicated. If you want to know the details, my father is once divorced and my mother is his second wife. They had one child between them, so that would be me.
Wait, so Itsuki's the son-in-law?
Huh? Because it means that Itsuki was living in your family home with your parents, right? Miki, wait a second. Are you actually saying that you thought Itsuki was my husband?
Because you guys got a divorce and that's how Itsuki and I got married.
Oh, that is wrong.
Wrong? What do you mean wrong?
We have different mothers, but Itsuki's my older brother. What? Miki let out a pathetic cry, and now I can reveal the details about Itsuki. Itsuki was born between my dad and his first wife. When his parents got a divorce, Itsuki was living with his birth mother, but one day his mother passed away due to illness. Itsuki was in high school at the time, so our family took him in, and he began living with us. Itsuki and I were right in the thick of the rebellious phases, and we were fighting all the time. We never got along, but we also never made up, so now our relationship is pretty messed up.
No way, how can this be? But his parents, I've never seen them around the house.
That's because my dad was overseas for about 5 years on a transfer assignment. He just got back a few days ago. My mum works a part-time job, so she has hobbies like arts and crafts classes so often that she's not in the house. You probably just happened to go by every time she wasn't there.
What is this?
And Itsuki didn't tell you any of this?
He didn't tell me anything.
Well, you guys are married now, so you probably should talk out these things.
Shut up. Wait, but that doesn't change the fact that one day that mansion will become Itsuki's, right? It looks like there's plenty of money and assets there, and all of it should be going to Itsuki, the eldest son in the family, right? Oh, phew. Now I just have to hold out for a bit. Now that I know that, living with your parents should be a breeze. Why waste time panicking? I'm gonna go get a drink.
Miki changed her tune and picked up the menu. As she started skimming the pages to order something, Miki, were you just listening to anything I said?
Huh?
Like I said, my mother inherited that house from my grandparents, and as I said, the house is under her name, right?
Oh yeah, sounds familiar. And?
My mother never officially adopted Itsuki, so you realize that he's not part of our inheritance. My father also agreed that, therefore, everything in my mother's will would be passed on to me. Therefore, Itsuki has no connection to my mother's assets or any inheritance from my mother's side.
You're joking, right?
Mitsuki's hands were frozen as she gripped the menu tightly. But also, both of my parents are still working and are very healthy and happy. Talking about their inheritance of this and that stage, don't you think that's the definition of ill-mannered? Not to mention that Itsuki's in debt to my mother.
Debt?
I think it was about 3 years ago. He was the cause of a car accident.
Car accident?
The victim had only minor injuries, but the car was completely wrecked and irreparable. The cost of the car, plus the fine for the accident, and the cost of damages was collected by the victim, all totaled around $80,000. It was all collected in one payment, so my mother paid for it up front for him.
$80,000?
Miki, you're pretty harsh when it comes to money, aren't you? That's why I asked you so many times, didn't I? If you were really sure that you were okay with Itsuki.
What? But I thought you were just saying that out of spite for me stealing your husband.
I also couldn't understand why you were telling me to get a divorce when I wasn't even married in the first place. But I could have never imagined that you thought Itsuki was my husband.
I'm getting a divorce.
What?
Your parents are living there, and he's carrying a debt of $80,000, and I won't even get any of the mansion or the assets in the end. Nobody told me this. This isn't what I signed up for.
You know, it sounds like my dad wanted to be sure of all this too, so he checked with Itsuki before the wedding, and Itsuki said he already talked to you about everything.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure you can find all those messages right now. Both my dad and my mom said that they saw the message history themselves. Miki fumbled for a cell phone and pulled it out, and she scrolled back through the messages. The messages from Itsuki were right there in plain sight. He had explained the entire situation in full detail for her to understand. However, to those messages, she had replied like this.
That's the truth about who I am, but are you sure you still want to get married to me?
I'm sure it's all fine, yeah. It's there. See it now. No, but now it seems like I'm in the wrong, even though I didn't know anything. What do I do?
I hate to break it to you, but this has nothing to do with me. That's for you to figure out with your husband.
No, but this can't be. Wait, Hiyori!
I quickly took care of my own bill and left the cafe behind me. I could hear Miki yelling my name, but maybe she was frozen in shock as she didn't come chasing after me. After that, concerning the car incident, Itsuki properly apologized and was working hard in order to pay back his debt to my mother. He was also honest with his wife Miki and was willing to accept her wish to get a divorce after she gave birth to their child. However, my mother said that her motherly instinct was tingling, and soon after the baby was born, she'd run a DNA test. The result was there had been no relation between Itsuki and the baby. Miki had approached my brother with the sole intention of gaining his mansion and his assets, and despite getting pregnant with the man she was double timing him with, she was showing Itsuki the ultrasounds of the baby, insisting that it was his child. When all of this first came to light and Itsuki found out the truth, he sued her. On top of that, it turns out the man she was double timing him with was also a married man, so she was sued by his wife as well. When her parents found out about this, they disowned her. Her child was taken into Child Protective Services and placed in a facility, and in order to pay all of the settlement fees that she she owed. I heard that Miki is working day and night around the clock every day. As for me, I finished moving into my boyfriend's high-rise apartment, and we've been living with my new fiancé. We're both working and things are a little hectic, but I'm excited for our new lives together, where we both take responsibility for our future.